after a 2 months the gap because of this tremendous the cold this time particularly, we are once again coming back to know this beautiful scripture of the Hindus, which is the combination of the jnana and bhakti. This is the speciality of the Hinduism, the jnana and the bhakti that has gone side by side. Formless God and God with form. So that particular scripture is Bhagavatam. We are studying the Bhagavatam. In the last year also we did. Now, maybe a few months we have to read this and then complete. So let us begin with this, the stotra. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalanayanam Yogibhi Dhyanagamyam Vande Vishnum Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaikanatham. There is a prayer to the Lord Vishnu. He is the Natha, He is the master of the whole universe. Sarva Lokaikanatha is the master of the whole universe. In last November 2018, we have discussed the third skandha, how the Jivatma, the individual soul, was created. I won't say born, it was created. This Jivatma. And when the Purusha, the Supreme Being, is influenced by the qualities of the Prakriti, nature, he was overwhelmed by egoism, the Ahankara, and that is Jivatma. This is the Bhagavata, it gives the explanation how this individual self came. So when we discuss about the spirituality, always we think we and then God. These are the two. Now our relation with God and what we are the Jivatma who created the Lord Himself. How He created? Then the Bhagavata says the Lord came in very close proximity with His own power. That is called Prakriti. The name has been given to that is the Prakriti. And the Prakriti is having three qualities, Sattva, Raja and Tama. And when the Lord is coming, the consciousness is coming to the proximity of that, immediately it's changing and that becomes the Jivatma, and that is the ego when he says the I. Acharya Shankara, in his beautiful book, the Vivek Chudamani, is the greatest book of the Vedanta, and he says in the sloka 184th, he's describing the Vijnanamaya Kosha. You know that the human being, the Vedanta, they say, we are having different sets, the koshas, cover. And they say it is 5. Annamaya, Manomaya, Pranamaya, then Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. I am not going to describe all those. And beyond this Anandamaya Kosha is the Supreme Self. So Pancha Kosha Bilakshana Atma. So beyond that, but let us only concentrate on the Vijnanamaya Kosha. And what is this Vijnanamaya Kosha? Shankara said, it is the combination of the buddhi, the mind's determinative faculty, and they are combined with the organs of knowledge. I repeat, the buddhi, which is the determinative faculty of the mind. It is not mind. It is the one part of the mind which takes the decision. And those who are attending again and again this Vedanta class, you know, the mind, they are segregating in four. Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahamkara. The mana is that which cannot take the decision. That part of that. And another part of the mind which can take decision is buddhi. Chitta is the storehouse. Ahamkara is the force that acts. These are the total we call mana. And in English we translate mind. Now where from this jiva, the ahamkara came, that they are explaining in the Vijnanamaya Kosha, which is the buddhi reflected by the consciousness and associated with the organs of knowledge. That is the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Buddhi associated with the 5 organs of knowledge and then reflected by the consciousness creates ahamkara. Bhagavata says, when that consciousness, which is the Supreme Purusha, comes very close to its own power, then it starts changing. When power is the Prakriti, it starts changing. Then comes the Jivatma. And what is this Jivatma? I sense. The moment the I comes, it is separated from the God. So that way it goes. The knowledge saith, the Vijnanamaya Kosha, extremely effulgent, owing to the close proximity of the Supreme Self. Bhagavata also says very close proximity of the Prakriti. So the Supreme Self, the God, is coming to the Prakriti very close and it is taking the form, and I say I. Here also it is the superimposition of on the Self. Then again, just to understand this particular point very clearly, because what we are, that we have to understand. According to Bhagavata, the Supreme Being, the Purusha, comes close to Prakriti, its own power, and gets activated, and the I sense, the ahamkara evolve, and that is Jivatma. Jiva Atma, we say that it is the individual self. And the same creation is again explained by the Vedanta. How? Pure consciousness reflected on the intellect, buddhi, which is associated with Pancha Gyanendriya, 5 organs of knowledge, it develops I. And that is the ego, and that is Jivatma. So this is the Jivatma. Now if we ask, where from this Prakriti came? Who created the Prakriti, this phenomena? Then it says 3 different views. Very extreme Advaitin. They say, but like the Ashtavakra or the Gaudapada, they say there is no creation at all. Don't ask this question. There is no creation at all. It is nothing but your illusion, that is called Ajatabada. It is not born at all. Why you are thinking about it? It is very difficult to understand. Why? Because we feel that we are. And this world around us, the one gentleman trying to contact me from far away place to give the information is left the message that he is going to have a grandson. So he's so happy. This is the life. This is obviously, it is there. How can you deny? But at the same time, we cannot say that they are false. They are untruth. The Gaudapada and Ashtavakra, they have also understood. And that is their level of knowledge. And where they don't find anything in this world. Now, when we were before the sannyasa, what was the dream? To become someone, to earn money, to purchase a good car and this and that, that's all. Then something happened, we became sannyasi, and after the training and after association of this, we always feel why people are wasting money on all those things. See, the same person, the idea is changing, views are changing, conceptions are changing. Why? Experience, knowledges. I feel more comfortable all alone, sitting for meditation, reading holy books, and great joy comes from that. Ask someone else to do the same thing, it will be a punishment for you. Why? So that is the standard. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, we are traveling from the lower truth, not false, lower truth to higher truth. This is all experience. So Ajatavada is an experience, which at this moment we won't be able to understand. This is the one thing. Second, Shankaracharya understood it. So the Vedanta that you study, this is all Shankara's Vedanta. And the Shankara, he understood that these people won't be able to understand this high thing. So he said Mayavada. And in the Maya Srishta is the creation of the illusion. Yes, it is there. As long as you are under the spell of the Maya, when you go to observe that, the magic show, as long as you are sitting before the magician, you never can think that whatever he is doing are all illusion. You think it is all true. He is putting a girl and then cutting the whole body into two parts. It is terrible. We are thinking what he is going to do. Then the girl comes up and say, hello. And we think, oh my God, how could you do it? And he showed that a cap, which is nothing, having nothing, just a cap, hat. And then suddenly one pigeon comes out of that. And we say, oh, then we clap and say, very good. But all illusion, everything illusion. We are seeing it, looking at it, understanding it, trying to understand how he is doing it. But that is happening just before our eyes. Even then that is not true. What we saw is not true. So that Shankara says, like that, what you see, what you touch, what you feel, this world is nothing but that illusion. This is the Mayavada. Maharshi Vedavyas, he thought that too is difficult. So again they are coming down and adjusting with our understanding. When you go to teach in the class 4 standard or grade 5 or 6, a great scholar, how you will speak? So that those children can understand what he is telling. Then he goes to a college, then the university, then in the assembly of the scholars, the different type of terminologies, different way of explanation. So the gradation it goes. We are children in this world of spirituality. We do not know anything about. So we are only thinking me and mine, and think that we should go to God and we should pray to God, and so that we are protected. That is the basic thing. In every religion, everywhere, they are only thinking in that way. So Vedabhyasha, Sukshmati Shukshma Satya, the subtlest of the subtle truth, he is, for the interest of the ordinary people, he is making in the Bhagavata the formless taking the form, and he gave the name Vishnu. And this Vishnu, according to the Radha Binod Goswami, a great scholar, the word Vishnu means Bebesti, Prakrita, Aprakritam, Sarvam, Vapnoti, Iti Vishnu. He is covering Prakrita, Aprakita, manifested, unmanifested. Everything is covering, and that is called Vishnu. Now, most of you have read Ishatmananda. What is the first words of the Ishatmananda? Ishavashyam idam sarvam. What is the difference between Bhagavata and Vedanta then? Same thing. This is the beauty of the Hinduism. They are presenting the same truth. They are not changing at all. Presenting the same truth, but in such a way so that we can understand. So now in the Bhagavata, the Vedavyasa presenting the all-pervading consciousness in the form of Vishnu. We will come to that, and today we are discussing the soul of Bhagavatam. At Bhagavata, from 1 to 9, all the skandhas, 9 skandhas, dedicated to Vishnu, and also the devotees of the Vishnu, like Prahlada and all others. And in the beginning we have already discussed the Bhagavata is a Purana, and Purana has a characteristics. We don't understand. Some people has written 2 pages story, and then another person has written nearly 500 pages story, and it's a story. No, the difference is there. In that, there are differences are there. Upanyasa we call. And then the same way, the Bhagavata is a Purana. And Purana is having 10 characteristics. We discussed that in the beginning. So that 10 characteristics are present in this book. Then only it has been accepted as a Purana. And this here is representing the formless consciousness as the form, and that's called the Vishnu. It is manifesting. Again, if we ask, what is this Vishnu? So let us go back to the Shukadeva, that son of the Vedavyasa. You must remember the Shukadeva, the great sage. And he was narrating that story. He heard it from his father, learned it from his father, and then from his own realization, he made it beautiful conviction, and he is now narrating it to the gathering of the congregation of many sages. So that Shukadeva he is now narrating, and Shuka said it is the 8th book, 8th skandha, 5th chapter and 15th verse. He is telling an incident happened. Indra, he was going along with his elephant, and Indra was drunk. The most of the time we find Indra is drunk. So he was walking, and suddenly he met a rishi, Durvasa. Durvasa, usually he never talks with anyone, but that day when he saw the Indra, he thought, oh, this man is coming, he is maintaining all this administration. So Durvasa was having a very costly girdle, he opened it and gave it to Indra. Indra was in a different mood. He never recognized that, and he threw it on the head of the elephant. But the elephant also never liked it. So he took it down and stumbled on that, passed on that. And you know Durvasa, all Indians knows this name. And they will never keep this name to their sons. They never say. Why? Very short-tempered, but tremendously powerful spiritually, but very short-tempered. And immediately Durvasa cursed Indra. Oh, so much you are thinking that you are the lord of the gods? Okay, all the gods and all these that you are having, everything will dry up. No one is going to recognize you and let you suffer. Durvasa gave this. curse. And where to go, Indra knew. Indra then came in senses. Oh my God, this was a mistake I made. Then immediately went and called, that anything happened. So immediately other ministers are called and they will be discussing. So Vayu and the Surya and all they came together and they said, what to do? One mistake has been done. The only person can help us is a Brahma. They went to the Brahma. And Brahma was in the Mount Meru. Look at it. They are giving the name of the place and the person and the incident. We cannot simply deny it. There are some like that. There are so many Indras. Indra is a post. So whoever will be capable for that post is like a prime minister or the president. So Indra was a post. So Indra thought that I am going to lose this post. So he went to Brahma and requested him to save him. And the Brahma meditated and he found this a bad time is coming for the Devas. He said, no, I cannot help you. It is not possible. Rather, let us go to the Shiva. That tomorrow is the Shivaratri. The Shiva, let also him come and together we will go to Najasya Badho, Nadakshaniyo, Na Upakshaniyo, Adaraniya Pakshaha, Tathapi, Sarga, Sthiti, Sanyamartam, Dhatte, Raja, Satta, Tamamsi Kale is the 8th skanda, 5th chapter, 22nd verse. He says, let us go to him from whom everything has come, and only he can, who is the creator of me, myself, and also the Prajapatis, the Devas, Asuras, and that are born of the womb, Jarayuja, egg, Andaja, sweat, Svedaja, and germination from the seed, Udbija. And this is the 4 types of the creation. So all is coming from him. And you know what? This Supreme Being is Samadrishti, is neutral. So you have to go and you have to tell him that somehow that I made a mistake. Then only. Because of the Samadrishti, he said, there is none whom he cares or destroy or protect or neglect or welcome. Still he assumes the qualities of Satya, Raja and Tama as the time requires for the preservation, creation and dissolution of the universe. Now Vedanta says everything is coming from that Supreme Being, but coming through Maya. It is not actually created. Bhagavata says, as because we feel that it is actually created, so that creation is coming from the 4 different ways and created by the Supreme Being. And so we can feel, we can associate with this idea, and it becomes very easy. So he will ultimately give us that this is the way you should try to pray. Then the Brahma, the Shiva and the other all gods, they all went to that Supreme Being. And how is that place where the Supreme Being resided? Now for the Brahma they say is a Meru Parvat. But for the Supreme Being, in the Bhagavata it's describing Tamasa Param. Note this word. Tamasa Param. It is the 5th verse, 24th verse of the 5th chapter. Tamasa Param, beyond ignorance. And you know that in the Vedanta, the great declaration that Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. Those who are studying the Vedanta, they know, there also says Aditya Varnam, effulgent. Tamasa Parastat, beyond the ignorance. Here they are going to the God, the Vishnu, the personal God, so to say, but what is the place? Tamasa Parastat, beyond the ignorance. and free from the taint of the ignorance. So same way we are approaching. And what is this knowledge and ignorance? Now let us take the help of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He is more close to us, almost of our age, and he understood how to explain. He said, to know one is knowledge, to know many is ignorance. So tamasa parastat is beyond the ignorance. What is that ignorance? Knowing many. The moment we think that all these things are different, that is the ignorance. So Sri Ramakrishna, in the beginning of the Gospel of his talk, Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, he said that this ek ke janan naam gyan, to know one is knowledge. Bahu ke janan naam agyan, to know many is ignorance. So this is the idea, and this is everywhere. Now sometimes they speak in a very clear language, and sometimes they speak in a different type of way, through the stories and all. In the Sinai, when the Moses, he was climbing to get the instruction of the Supreme Lord, and the last part, the description is, he had to pass through dark cloud. He couldn't see anything. So that is the veil. That is the way you have to cross. The ignorance is that dark cloud. And when he could cross that dark cloud, then he saw the effulgent one, the God with all power. This is the story of the Old Testament and the Moses. And Jesus, he was tempted. Before he was going to realize the God, the temptation came. Once again, that is also the same, the ignorance. What is the temptation? I will give you the supreme lordship, I will give you the kingdom, you will be this, you will be that, everything. And in the Bhagavan Buddha also, before he was getting that supreme knowledge, the Mara came, with different names, but the same activity. They came and trying to delude, don't go to God, rather you achieve these things. What? God is only one. But here you are getting so many. Those who have read the Upanishad, Kathopanishad, that the Nachiketa was also offered by the Yama, so many things. So we have to understand that this is the ignorance, and we have to go beyond the ignorance. What is the ignorance? Manifestation of the God. I don't want the manifestation of God. I don't want what the God has created. I want God Himself. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna again, in his very simple way, he is telling, you like to know how much property the Jamindar is having, the landlord is having? Why you are going and asking this man and that man? You better go directly to the landlord. Have a good relation with him. Landlord himself will tell. So how much money he is having, property he is having, and all that. So what is difference? Many and one. If you know one, then you are Jnani. You are the realized soul. If you know many, then you are not. So the spiritual practice, particularly in the way the Hindus they move, you have to understand, whoever comes before me is the manifestation of God. So I see many this moment, but I know it is the manifestation of the same thing. And those who are in the name of religion asking, go away from me, don't come to me, don't touch me, they are nowhere in religion. They're just living in and giving a board, signboard, I am a religious man, I am the pujari of a temple. Nowhere in religion. So why we are studying the Bhagavatam? Why we are studying the Vedanta? To understand this knowledge. There is no many, there is only one. But right this moment, I cannot understand that one one, so I am accepting many as the manifestation of that one. By that way, from the many I am going to the one. So this is the ultimate. The time and again it has been proved that to reach the light, one has to pass through the darkness. Again it says, in the 26th through 50th, the Brahma is describing the qualities of the Supreme Being. In the 8th book, 5th chapter, verses from 26 to 50. So many verses, each and every word, I will quote only one, and you will find that how the Brahma, he is going on describing the qualities of the Supreme Being. And what is that? It's in the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, the Swami Vivekananda composed the prayer song. He said, Nirguna Gunamoy. Almost every evening the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna, they sing that song. Nirguna Gunamoy. Nirguna means no qualities, no epithets. But at the same time, is Gunamoy. He is having all these qualities. Abhikriyam, undecaying. Satyam, the truth. Anantam, infinite. Adyam, limitless. Guhashayam, residing in every being. Nishkalam, without any quality. Apratarkyam, the beyond the words and thoughts. Mano Agrayanam, the faster than the mind. Manasa Javiyo, again in the Upanishad the word has been used. Manasa Javiyo. What is that? Brahman, it moves faster than the mind. Mind is the most fast, even the faster than the light. Because you cannot calculate. You just think from here that I am going to some place, you are there. So that is the fastness of the mind. And it says it is beyond that, faster than the mind. So it didn't say the light, it says mind. Why? Mind is the most fast moving thing. But the thing is, when you reach over there, what you see? The same God. So it is already there. When you travel to the mind and reach over there, he is already there. So it says, faster than the mind, mono agrajanam, vachasa niruktam, beyond debate. So when the people, they come and they converse and they're debating that this is the God, this is not the God, it's beyond that debate. And then he says, Namamahi Deva Param Varenyam. I salute you, O highest and the most adorable being. Salute you, the most adorable being. And who is that? Exactly the Vedanta, when describing the Brahman, the same thing. But then we are not satisfied. We cannot understand this all-pervasiveness. We can understand that you are faster than the mind. We can understand that you are all-pervasive. But still I am not satisfied. I need something tangible so that I can see, I can talk to, I can pray, I can cook food for you. So that is our desire. And you know that in the Hinduism, they have introduced the 5 different ways you can have the relationship with God. Like a friend, like a mother, like a child, all this way. So this is the beautiful, all the emotions that the human being is having, these emotions are utilized to reach back to the source, to that God. And if you give the Vedanta, the pure Vedanta, which says the world is nowhere, what will happen to the ordinary people? They'll be thoroughly confused. And then, if the religion is very forceful and asking them to practice that, they will make the mistakes. So that is the reason we have to understand in the Hinduism, a different angle they have from the different angle, they are trying to give the supreme truth. And this angle is beautiful. Then the Brahma prays the impersonal to become personal. This is the turning point. The impersonal is becoming personal. Why? The first created being who created the Vishnu, whom the Brahma, and then the Brahma was asked to create the whole world, the whole universe. Brahma did that. Now he is going back to the same creator and told, I can understand you in this way. And he was explaining Abhikriyam, Satyam, Anantam, Adyam, Guhasham. He knows it. He realized it. But what about the other people? They won't be able to understand you. So they say, Sattvam nadarshaya atmanam. So please, O God, reveal to us, Swa, Tvam, no means us. Darshaya atmanam asmat karanagocharam prasannanam didikshunam sammitam te mukhambujam. In the 45th verse it says, O God, reveal to us who have taken refuge in Thee and are eager to have Your vision. Kindly reveal Your holy self in a manner so that we can see You with our eyes. Look at the prayer. Please reveal in such a way so that we can understand. With our eyes we can see You. Reveal in such a way so that we can see You with our own eyes. That means take that form by which we can understand You, see You and all. So Bhagavata, this is the skanda that is dedicated to Vishnu, the first to 9. And this Vishnu now taking a form. Why here it comes and they say, because this is the 8th the skanda. In the 8th skanda, the description is that they have gone to that supreme being, Tamasa Para, beyond the ignorance, and reaching over there. Who have gone? Devas, the gods, who are already very high in the spiritual level. And who are leading them? The Brahma and the Shiva, who are the embodiment of that supreme being. So now these people, they are going and they are praying. For whom they are praying? For us, the ordinary people. And they are praying, O God, we know that You are all everywhere, without form, but we are not satisfied. Please reveal Yourself in such a way so that we can see You with our eyes. This is the prayer, and the formless is going to take the form. And how it is taking the form? Then Sri Shuka is describing how the formless, the all-pervading, the supreme being, for the benefit of the human being, is taking the form. Bhaktanam anukampartham brahmana rupa kalpana. So here, bhaktanam anukampartham, for the benefit of the devotees, brahmana, which is all-pervading consciousness without form, rupa, the form, kalpana. They're imagining those forms. That's why in Hinduism, so many varieties of gods and goddesses, so many. And when you are going down before that, the small room where you keep your bags and shoes, on the wall you will find so many gods and goddesses. One gentleman, he made that, so many varieties of gods and goddesses. Now he is writing to us, he is having 500 such those things, and you want to donate to us. If you are interested, we can distribute to you. But Arup won't give, he will take $1 at least. So this way it goes, so many gods and goddesses. But are there so many gods and goddesses? No. That's why Hindus are with so many varieties of gods and goddesses, they live together without fighting. But you go to other people who are only worshipping one God, and if you say something about that God, immediately there will be bloodshed. This is the beauty of the Hindus. And this Hinduism is the wonderful approach. It takes each and every one. And here we find we are standing on that particular time when the formless is taking the form. Why? Because that formless was requested by his own form, Brahma, own form, Shiva, and also the highest creation, Devas. And when he's praying in that way, please reveal Sattvam, that you. Who is that? We have already studied Abhikriyam, Sattam, etc. He says, Sa, that, Tvam, you, know for us, Darshaya, so that we can see Atmanam Asmat Karana Gocharam. You reveal yourself so that we can see you. Then what happened? Tenaiva Mahasa Sarve Deva Pratihate Shanaha. Now Apashyan, Kam, Disha, Shauning, Atmanam Kuto Vibhum. Now when the God revealed, then after this, it says the brilliance was so much, even the gods couldn't see anything. They could not see the sky. They could not see the earth. They could not see themselves. Because of the tremendous light that came on their eyes, it was dazzled. Only two persons could see. One is Brahma and Shiva. So, even when we are approaching God to have the form, that darshana also, you have to be pure like the Brahma and the Shiva. Why it is so pure? Because they are not separated from God. What is the purity and impurity from the viewpoint of the Hindus? When your mind is attached to this world, the manifestation, it is impure. When your mind is attached to the God, it is pure. That's why they say, take initiation and go on taking the name of God. In the Bengal and many places, particularly in villages, they will never allow you to cook for the God if you are not taking the initiation, and they will say your body is impure, as because you have not taken the initiation. Your body is impure, you cannot cook for the God. Why they say that? They don't know. But those who have taken the initiation, they take, that we will cook and our body is pure. Why their body is pure, they don't know. Because they are associated with the God, taking the name of God. So when you are going on taking the name of God, the more you take that, the more you keep your mind on God, more you are becoming pure. Ma Sharadamani Devi is telling, what is the spiritual practice, my son? Only to keep your mind somehow at the feet of God. That is spiritual practice. If you can, when you are singing, when you are doing some work, thinking of God, thinking of God, thinking of God, by that way you are constantly associated with God and you are becoming pure. And that purity will help you to see God Himself. Otherwise not. The God is taking the form. But to see that form, the living God, it is not so easy. The young Narendra, he went to get the help from Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He was starving that time, his family. And he sent him to Goddess Kali. The moment he entered, he saw the living goddess. And because of his purity, he could see. Not everyone could see. So naturally, many people are there who needs money. They will go to the Goddess Kali and say, you reveal to Narendranath, you reveal to us also. That don't do. The condition you have to understand, to realize God, you have to be pure, and pure like Shiva, Shiva the auspicious, pure like the Brahma, the Son of God. And sometimes they make misunderstanding and mixed explanation when the Jesus said, I am the path, I am the way, you have to go through me. They think Jesus is the only path. No. The purity. What is the purity? I am the Son of God. See how Jesus is declaring, I and the Father in heaven are one. I am the Son of God. What is the Son means? I never forget my Father. My personality that you see, everything belongs to Father. My thinking, my life, everything is Father's. That is purity. And that purity is the path. When he says, I am the path, I am the way, that means you should also become pure like me. And how you can become pure? By constantly thinking God. That's why in the Christianity also, they repeat the name of God. They go on counting the beads. In Islam also it is there, Buddhism also, Hinduism. Why? They're going on counting the beads. But why? If we understand these, and that is the reason, only one who is pure like these gods can see. Other gods could not see. Tenaiva mahasa sarve deva pratihate kshanaha. That dazzled by that brilliance, the devas could not perceive the sky, the quarters, the ground, or even themselves. How then could they see the Supreme Atman? They could not see. The Supreme Atman took the form even the devas could not see. Now only Brahma and Shiva could see that beautiful form of the formless. The form of the formless. In 5 verses, in the Bhagavatam described that form of the Lord known as Vishnu. Here it says, the color, the complexion was deep blue. Deep blue was the complexion. Beautiful eyes. Wearing a pure bright yellow silk. Tintless like molten gold. The Lord is having well-formed and attractive limbs, face and forehead, and wearing a wonderful crown and jewelries, holding Sudarshana, his weapon, and Sri, a manifesting form. Sri means the Lakshmi, manifesting on his chest. Ajata Janma Sthiti Sayam Maya Mohanubhavaya Namo Namaste. Then finally here, when that form, the Vishnu took the form, then the Brahma is offering his salutation. How? He said that Ajata Janma Sthiti, the one who never takes birth has taken the birth. How? Some year Maya, with the help of your Maya. Here also, when the Shankaracharya, he is explaining about the creation, and he is explaining about the avatars. In our next class, we will discuss about the avatars, how the avatars, the power of the Vishnu is coming. And Shankara says, Jata Eva, as if he is taking birth. Is not true. Jata Eva, that is called avatara. And we find here, the Brahma is also telling, you have taken birth, O powerful one, through your Maya. What is that Maya? The inborn power of the God. It is the power is with God all the time. Now he is using that power to manifest. And he manifested in this way. That was the form. You know the goddess Kali, there was no images. And the one person, Krishnananda Agambagish. Agambagish is a Sanskrit, like the MSc, and that type of title he got. The Agambagish, his name was Krishnananda. He was a great scholar and the worshipper of Goddess Kali. Goddess Kali is Shakti. Anything, even the blinking, is nothing but the Shakti, expression of Shakti. So one day he was praying to the mother, Mother, can I have your image so that I can give it to the people, ordinary people, who can understand who are you and they can worship you. He was from Bengal, this Krishnananda Agambagish, and he was praying, and one day he heard the mother is telling, okay, tomorrow, early morning, the image that you will see is mine. And he was eager, he could not sleep that night. He got up early morning, and usually he used to go for bathing to the river. He came out, and suddenly he found there was a lady, that ordinary lady. She was in our country, they use the cow dung as a fire and all. So they were making that cow dung cake. She was doing that. Usually those ladies, they wear their clothes almost above the knees, and she was putting the hand in this way to throw that ball on the wall. The Indians can understand how they make that cow dung cakes. So when she was doing that, her left leg was on a higher place, and then the right leg was below. She was doing that. Krishnananda saw, Mother, is this the image that you asked me to propagate? How can I do that? And looking at the Pandit is coming, the respected person is coming, out of shy, she cut her tongue. Usually they do in our country, they'll be always showing the tongue and cutting that. I'm very shy. So Krishnananda Agambagi saw that, and he was crying, oh Mother, is this the image you were showing me? You told the first image. And he went and took the dip in the water. Then he saw the Goddess Kali's image that we now see. If you go down in our basement, you can see the huge photograph of Goddess Kali, which is in Dakshineshwar. That is the image the Krishnananda Agambagi saw inside the water, but not that one. So this is the way the image of Kali came. This is the way the image of Vishnu came. The Vishnu's image came through the prayer of Shiva and the Brahma, and he is telling him who is not having anything to take birth is taking birth. How? Through the Maya. Ajata Janma Sthiti Sama Maya. Then I am not reading that whole sloka. Mohanubhavaya Namo Namaste. I offer at the feet of this great soul my respect. So this is the formless taking the form. And when he took the form, he was named as Vishnu, who is all pervading again. Thank you very much. But still we have 5 minutes time. If you have any question, we can ask. From this session, 2019, we will always give 5 minutes or 10 minutes for the question answer, otherwise. But please ask question, otherwise the time will be wasted. Ask some question.
So historically, when was this image actually created?
Historical event? Kali.
Historically, when was it created?
Yes. For the goddess Kali, right. And for this Vishnu also, the creation, because of that, we wanted to have a form. The same way all, the Durga, the Ganesha, but the Krishna and Rama, they were not that. Krishna and Rama, they were born. So they are historical. But with the power of God, tremendous power of God that manifested. So that is called the Krishna First is the Rama, then the Krishna. And presently Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, he who was Rama, he who was Krishna in this body now. So that is the power of God that manifested, and that power is Vishnu.
The problem of Maya comes again and again. You always say that. It's so confusing because we always say that universe is not really real.
Yes.
And then we say that it's just part of God.
Yes, yes.
So why are we confusing ourselves all the time?
Yes. See, if we can understand, he is asking the problem of Maya is coming up again and again in the Bhagavata, in the dualist form, in the Advaiting form, everywhere the Maya is coming. And what is that Maya? The power of God. Why that Maya? That we cannot answer. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, this is his Ichcha. If you take that as your God with form, and he has created the whole world through the Maya. Why? That God, it is his will. We cannot ask. But if you have the capacity to discriminate in this way, you can always go to the Gaudapada, and as the Gaudapada is telling, nothing has been created, and that is true. The ultimate truth is that. In reality, nothing has been created. It's all creation is nothing but Maya. Gaudapada is so correct. But the thing is, question is, are we ready to understand that? If not, so we have to start through these. How? Accepting that God has manifested in this form and God has created me too. I am not separate from God. But this moment I cannot understand this. So there is a process. What is that process? Believing and practicing. Believing the words of the great souls who has realized God in this way, through prayer, through worship, through vigil, and I will also do that. And slowly, slowly you can see even the ordinary people taking the name of God is transforming. And that is the proof. The God's name can change. Then why not? Then the time will come, we will go beyond the Maya. It is not that no one said, you cannot cross the power of Maya. You can always. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is very clear. He said it's very difficult. But with my grace, you can always be free. Yes.
Swamiji, the nice answer comes from Sri Ramakrishna on this, that though sadhana is also Maya and ignorance and everything is Maya. So, taking help of Vidya Maya to transcend the Vidya Maya and then go beyond both.
Yes. You're very correct. Yeah, very correct. That's a good answer. And you were asking?
In the presence of Maya and the pure take on this, is it because of the presence of the Gunas and the suffering?
Rajushi, yeah. Of course, you know that in the Vivek Chudamani, the Shankaracharya has very clearly explained as far as possible, because Shankara said it is not possible to explain Maya. Because it is beyond, as the Brahman, it is beyond that capacity. So, only through Anubhava, only by our feeling we can understand this is Maya. How? The mirage. They give that example, mirage. There was nothing, but I myself saw the water. I saw all those trees. And when I reach over there, there is nothing. So I gave the name mirage. And the snake in the rope, the classical, the example of the Vedanta. There is nothing, no snake is there, but I see the snake on the rope. So by experience, from our own experience, we can understand something is there which I cannot explain, but that is happening. And that is called Maya. That is the thing. Okay then? Okay. And you know that we are still having some of our calendars. It's a beautiful calendar that every year we publish. And with the theme, this year we have published that 125th year of Swami Vivekananda's historic lecture. All the pictures are there, descriptions, quotations, and you can preserve it. It's like almost like a book. And in one place you will get all the information. So this is available in our bookstore. And the next year in 2019, we are going to publish, we are thinking to publish on the theme of the 50 years of our Ganges, how the Ganges retreat came, etc. That is our thought. But you can have that. Tomorrow will be our Shivaratri from 6:30 to 7:30, 1 hour only. You can come and chant the name of Shiva with me, and then pour water and offer flower, etc., have prasad. And if you want to pass the whole night in vigil, you can go to the Lemon temple. They have that system. You can go and sit over there and can pass the night, Shivaratri. And afterwards, on 10th, the Sunday, coming next Sunday, we will celebrate the Ramakrishna Tithi Puja. So please come on that day from 11 to 12:30. That is the timing. So please say Omkara with the Shanti with me. Om Shanti. 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 Hari Om. Please have your prasad, the lunch is all ready. Please go and have the lunch.